La La Land stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, and is directed by Damien Chazelle, and Damien Chazelle directed Whiplash. And Whiplash was my favorite movie of 2014, so I was a little excited to see La La Land. This was my most anticipated movie of 2016. I was excited for this movie way before it even came out. I got the cast, the director, the story. I heard that it was a musical. I was set. So when I got screening passes for this movie, I asked my wife. I cried. I was that excited to see this movie. La La Land is about Sebastian, played by Ryan Gosling, who is an inspiring jazz piano player and thinks that the jazz genre is dying, and hopes that one day he can open up his own bar and get everybody in town to love jazz music. He runs into Mia one day while at work, and she is also an inspiring actress who is auditioning for movies in and out of work. She wants to one day run her own play and become an actress, and just like Sebastian, she has hopes and dreams that one day she will achieve. Together they start a love affair and help each other achieve their dreams. This movie had it all. It had it all. Just like jazz music, I think musicals is a dying genre. We've had some good hits in recent memory like Les Miserables, but they are nothing compared to what they were in the 50s and 60s, and this movie just transported me back to that era. But this movie had it all. It had great musical numbers, it had great characters, a great story, great directing, awesome acting, but there's so much I can talk about this movie. But I'm going to start with the musical numbers first, because this movie is a musical. It's a modern day musical that has so many catchy songs. A couple of them I actually teared up, not because they were sad, but because of how beautifully they were filmed. This first song took me some time to get into because it didn't star the main characters, but it still was catchy. And every single musical number in here is very good. The song is perfectly written and adds so much to the characters and the story, and it tells a story in its own. It's not like these songs are just to be there just to have a musical number. It tells a story of these characters and their love, and they are beautifully filmed. The shots just linger around the musicians and the musics and people playing the instruments, and knows when to cut to the next shot or move the camera up and down. Like, this guy was like best director. I don't know, what he was doing was just putting you into the movie. The way he was handling the camera, he was just capturing so much. And on top of the great musical numbers is amazing chemistry from Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. I think that helped because they were already in a movie together of Crazy Stupid Love, but here you could really tell that they had these hopes and dreams, and they were helping each other. They were so selfless when it came to the other person. Ryan Gosling wanted Emma Stone to achieve her dreams, and she was always there for him as well. Sometimes the relationship got a little rocky, but you could really tell at their core they were there for each other, and their chemistry was just like, they had this spark. It showed them first meeting each other and the first little touch they had with each other, and it's just, it was like, some of it was like middle school, and the first time you see someone you absolutely fell in love with them, and you can just tell that Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone were like in love. I know he's had his own wife and kids, but just on screen they were in love. You could truly wholeheartedly tell that he was there for her, and it made the characters so much more interesting. That they were in LA, not the best place ever, but they were in love with the place, and the characters were in love with the setting, they were in love with each other, they were in love with what the whole movie was about, and that just made for the whole movie more enjoyable. Let's backtrack a little to LA. LA is not the prettiest place ever, and for me, I've always wanted to live in LA. I've always wanted to be there. That's my hopes and dreams, to live in LA. Don't know exactly what I want to do, but I want to be in LA. I just want to be in LA or Hollywood, the place where movies began. And they use the setting of LA so beautifully. They show it like it's like the most magnificent place ever. Especially a dance sequence on top of a hill next to a lamppost in the outskirts of LA. I told my wife I wanted to just get up and move to LA. It was beautiful. They used their setting to their advantage many times. The story has a perfect pace to it, introducing these characters in not the warmest fashion, but slowly transitioning into where they see each other more often, then they fall in love, and their you know, their hopes and dreams are tested into where they actually, if they want to do it or not, or what's going on. And so I think it has a perfect pace, not rushing anything. I do have one tiny flaw, and that is that we do see a lot of Ryan Gosling's hopes and dreams and him trying to achieve those, and more than Mia's hopes and dreams. And I wish I would have seen more of her attempting her dreams. We do see a lot of her auditioning, but she runs a play and we don't see it set up. We don't even see the play, and so I wish I would have seen a little more of that, but that is just a minor flaw. Overall, this film is beautifully shot from Damien Chazelle. I love how he lingers. I love how he handled his musical numbers. They are so catchy. They are beautifully written. They tell a lot in the story. The characters were amazing. Chemistry was at its core and it was beautiful. I love that they were selfless and they wanted to help each other. And Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, they were great at their jobs. Even when Emma Stone was acting, when she was auditioning for her roles, that was perfect. So their acting was really great. I love that they used their setting to their advantage and made me want to just be there. Made me want to just uproot myself, go there and achieve my dreams. That's what this movie just did. It made me so inspired. I love how this movie transported me back to a different era in time while still being a modern musical. It was perfect that it felt like a movie from the 50s and 60s. From the opening Summit logo, how it was just shot and it wasn't a Universal logo that was big and blockbuster, and how he had some just little edits and transitions that were typical and cliche back in the day. He used them now, so it really felt like authentic musical. And these people were supposed to live in a different time, but now they're in 2016, and the characters were just so good. So La La Land, as you can tell I'm rambling, this movie is great. It has great musicals, characters, setting, directing. Everything about this movie is perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and give La La Land an A+. This is my 4th movie I've given an A+ to. Years down the road, I remember I just gave like everything an A+, and I really had to think about movies now. It has to be perfect to get an A+. That's Moonlight, Hacksaw Ridge, Captain America, Civil War, and now La La Land. Curious to where La La Land's gonna stand at the end of the year. So, this is my review of La La Land, my most anticipated movie of 2016. I hyped this movie so much. This movie was like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see this movie. And usually, my most anticipated movie of the year is not my favorite movie of the year. So we'll see how that turns out. This is Just Watch Movies. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also find my Facebook page and my Instagram page at the same name. My link will be down below for that. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.